Hey guys, welcome to my Let's Play Genshin Impact series BacktoSquAR1. Be it story, exploration, combat, or quest, this series serves to assimilate new players into the game using a veteran's point of view to offer guidance that can not only help you quickly advance in Genshin, but introduce some tips and tricks that will help you throughout the game without spoiling the fun of exploring Teviat and its lore. Enjoy!
Like, comment, subscribe.
Alright guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Let's Play Genshin Impact, aka BacktoSquAR1. So in this episode, I wanted to show you guys what happens after you get to AR30 and moving forward. But well, the thing is I accidentally got myself to AR30, so well, the transition from AR29 to 30 is basically just they automatically give you another world level. So we don't actually have to do the ascension quest at 30, but rather 35. So at every 5 levels, we'll have to every multiple of 10 since 25, and then at 50 we have to do one more as well. So actually we are at world level 3 right now. So world level 3 means that the monsters are going to get a little bit harder, but it also means that our rewards are going to get better. So since last episode, actually I've explored the entire LIYUE. Not explored per se, but I unlocked all the teleport waypoints so that in future, during a stream or whatsoever, it'll be easier for me to explore the entire LIYUE. Also, I haven't collected the GACHAAA yet, so maybe that could be uh content for another episode, maybe a live stream because it will be quite long. There's a total of 131 GACHAAA if I'm not wrong. That is a lot, and LIYUE is clearly like 5 times bigger than Mondstadt, so it's gonna be quite a challenge, and also because LIYUE is it's very mountainous. There's a lot of terrain that we have to take into account, so the exploring of LIYUE will take much longer than Mondstadt. So just to give you guys a heads up in case you're not aware. And also apart from that, we also unlock a new world boss. So Child is actually a world boss that we can do every week, but he unlocks at AR35. So this golden house, I wouldn't ruin the story for you guys, so just take it for now. If you haven't read the story, right, just take it as if this domain suddenly appeared, and we can challenge it once we hit AR35. So that will be for the next episode, but for this episode, I want to show you guys actually a mistake that I made, and I hope you guys don't make the same mistake as me. So how the mistake came about was because when you are raising your weapons, you can actually, hold on, let me give you guys a better example. Okay, like for this. So when you select 3-star materials and under, right, you are actually selecting all of these 3-star weapons as well. So the thing is, I don't have any good 3-star polearms because I accidentally consumed all my 3-star polearms when I did this. When I raised, I believe it was Kaya's weapon. So, I had plans to raise XIANGLING, as you guys might have guessed from the last episode. But now we come to a problem where she doesn't have a weapon. She only has a 2-star weapon. And Thoma is like, yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad, but it's salvageable because in this episode, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to do some wishes. So I actually did some wishes before this episode, but I couldn't get my poem. But I'm convinced that on camera, right, we are, or rather on when I'm recording, right, I'm luckier. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a 10 pull, 10 wishes. So I've collected just enough Primogems to do this. So I'm going to do a 10 pull right here, right now, at the start of this episode to start things off. And I'm just hoping that I either get a 3-star or a 4-star poem, or maybe, I can get one of these banner characters. So I know it's probably fat hope, but let's go ahead and get into it. What's a gacha game without a bit of hope, right? Okay, so no 5-star, but let's see if we get what we want, which is a 3-star poem or a 4-star poem. So far, nope. Okay, debate club. This is something that I essentially put it into the grinder as well. So this is actually a good claymore, but too bad we're not using claymore units. Okay, we got Not what we wanted. Let's see if we can luck out. Nope. Not a single pole up. Wow. All weapons and not a single pole up. I'm actually surprised. Okay, but you know what? Don't worry about it because uh we don't actually need it that badly. Xiangling, right? The good thing about her is that she works off of she can still operate off of elemental mastery instead. We don't need high attack. So in the early game you want to increase your attack quickly. But well, when you don't have that, you can rely on elemental mastery as well. So we'll just be using her as a support for the elemental mastery. So she'll be proccing all those reactions. Okay, let's not fight a rune guard. So well, now we will actually look into probably raising some of our talents. So if I'm not wrong, I I think we can go ahead and raise Kaya's talents. So yeah. So he needs this teachings of Ballad, which is 2 days. So if we don't have enough, we can always get more. So we are going to need a bunch of treasure hoarders as well. So we can use the interactive map, like in episode 1, we can use that same map to find treasure hoarders if we need to. But lucky for you, lucky for me, I know exactly where to find the treasure hoarders. Alright guys, so actually I went off camera, I went to collect a bunch of treasure hoarder insignias, Kala lilies, but I realized that we don't have enough of this, so we are actually right now we are going to challenge the what you call it, the Cryo Regisvine. Yeah. So we are actually going to challenge the Cryo Regisvine now because I actually want to see like how strong we've gotten since last time. So last time, I'm not sure if I've done a Cryo Regisvine on camera, but it took me extremely long. Not because uh, not because my main damage dealer was Kaya, but rather my physical damage, which I was relying on, just wasn't good enough. Man. So like although cryo is heavily resisted, right? But physical is not actually resisted. But my physical damage is actually not very good, as you can see from here. So now that the cryo regisvine is level 50, right? I would say that my scaling is about on par. So his difficulty went up, but my the strength of my characters also went up. So it's about on par, I would say. I'm not like falling behind or anything. So it's promising. I should be able to challenge the Spiral Abyss at this rate. Seems a bit promising. Just need to maybe take out his eye another 2 times. Once if I'm lucky. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, pop Xiangling. Is his core exposed? Nope, his core is not exposed. So basically we just need to wait for his core to be exposed before we can have the next real DPS window available for us. Should be soon. Okay, now. So we just need to wait for Xiangling. Throw down the Gopa. Alright. Okay, pop all bursts. Okay, this is where most of our damage comes in. Just need to keep doing the damage. Keep doing the damage. Okay, he's resisting the damage once again, but it's fine. After this, his eye will actually open up on top of his face. We're gonna be able to start taking him down. Oops. I don't know why I didn't move there, but yeah, okay. Now he's about to come down, so just throw a Gopa. Okay, the Gopa actually needs to hit one more time. Oh no. Okay, nice. We managed to slow him down instead. Alright. Wow. Definitely a little bit harder, I would say. Now that the world level has went up. I think it's because I didn't scale my Kaya, or rather I didn't scale other units other than Kaya. So like my total team's damage output is still being limited by that fact. Let me see if I can take him down as he's awake rather than when he's sleeping. Kaya's getting low, let me swap him out. Swap him back in to deal the final bits of damage. Alright. Wow, that was actually quite tough, I would have to say. But you know, our level went up, so that's expected. Nowadays we are getting more than one Hoarfrost core, sorry. Yeah, so and we got the Shivada Drake fragments that we are looking for, so that's always good. Now we can actually officially ascend our Kaya, and he's going to be the first character that we get to 3 star. Well, I would have loved it to be Xiangling, but then you know someone goofed, and yeah. So with the third ascension comes a free wish because you get a free wish at 1, 3, and 5. So let me just go ahead and take it. So the next character I'm actually planning to raise is actually Xiangling and Sucrose. So we're gonna have to balance between them. For Xiangling, actually I got all the materials that I need, but we'll see. As for now, right, with the current level that we are at, with the current units that we have, um, we are going to challenge the Spiral Abyss to kind of benchmark ourselves to see if this time, right, what we are doing is correct lah. Whether we are still progressing at the same pace. Because since the last episode, right, we did quite a lot of things to level our world level. So basically, episode 1 to episode 2, we level up the world level once. 2 to 3, we level up another time. So let's test it out, man. If we can clear the first 2 levels of the abyss, of the first 2 chambers of the abyss floor 3 with our slightly higher level characters now. Alright, so here we are in the abyss. The buffs are not so good this time. But if I recall, right, chamber 1 is actually a little bit harder than chamber 2. So I'm going to go with character defense minus 15 and attack plus 40, even though it's a chamber specific buff. But you know, if we can't clear floor 2, right, we'll come back and change the buff for floor 1, for chamber 1 rather, so that we get the one that lasts. Okay. Go for the range guys first, because these range guys, right, they won't actually follow you. So you have to take them out because the slimes will follow you and then you can group them up. Pop a Xiangling. Okay. Let me try and knock this guy off the edge. Alright. Come back to the slimes. Leave the best for the last. Okay, get some shielding and healing. Alright, pop the burst. Pop the burst. Let's save our sucrose burst for the slimes later. The last 3 slimes, right, they're our biggest issue right now. So we're actually going to swirl them all together. Wow, these elemental reactions. Okay, turn into ice, that's fine. Get more of these reactions. Okay, we're left with the ice guy. Get a shield first. Go back to doing the reactions. Okay, so his shield is back up. Let me just pop my Xiangling's burst. Should be able to take him down. Alright, took him down with 10 seconds to spare. That's pretty good. Let's go for chamber 2. So I'll say actually our damage hasn't fallen off lah. We actually scaled pretty well with the way the world level increased and stuff, because you know the Spiral Abyss is noticeably easier. The last time we were nowhere near 3 stars, but now we seem to be able to get the 3 stars pretty easy. I mean, okay, once again, right, I have to emphasize, right, there's no rush in doing the Abyss, so but for me, right, I love doing the Abyss. If if you go ahead and look at my main channel, I mean not my main channel, my main account, you realize that I do a lot of abyssing, a lot of like I'm just experimenting with the abyss and everything. So I'm actually quite an abyss lover. So that's why I'm doing it. But if you absolutely hate like retrying it every single time, you fail and everything. There's no rush to it. These rewards are permanent, so they will stay. The rewards are not going to like disappear, or they're not going to like reset. You're not losing out on anything by clearing the abyss slower than others. Up to floor 9. So after you clear floor 8, right, you unlock the second part of the abyss from floor 9 to floor 12. So that is when you will. That's where the fun begins, I would say, because it's gonna be insanely challenging from that point onwards. The floors are gonna get much harder, so we'll tackle that when it comes. We're still at like the honeymoon period. We're still like just experimenting, seeing what heroes we can get. So let's enjoy the fun, you know. Okay, this is a little bit difficult. I mean not that these treasure hoarders are stumping me or anything, but it's just the time. So we are actually not worried about the time. We have 2 seconds to spare. We managed to clear it. Okay, that was actually quite lucky. But we're done. We're done with floor 3. So let's go ahead and do floor 4 right now and see whether our damage right has um gone up significantly. So floor 4 is actually electro damage. Gonna be fighting a bunch of hydro slimes. Hydro abyss mage. Well, do we need to bring a electro character? I would say no. I would say we can still stick with this team because the hydro abyss mage, right? Just need to freeze him. That's a pretty efficient way to take his shield down as well. We're gonna hack it. We are going to clear it, man. Okay, they are level 50, so they are same level as all my main damage dealers. It's gonna be a little bit tougher, I have to say. And I would say the toughest part is that there are like 23 enemies, right? So we are gonna have to clear like so many waves. So it's really gonna test our cycling skills, not only our like levels of unit, but rather our combat skills as well. That's the fun of the abyss, right? That's the whole point of the abyss. Okay, wow, these swirls, even though they are no longer buffed, right? The swirls are actually doing most of the damage, I would say. That's because swirl is very AoE oriented. It's very useful to deal with large groups of enemies, which is what we are facing now. Go ahead and oh yes, it turned into Pyro, which means we are going to be proccing a lot of melt. Let's go ahead and melt some more. I think we are good. I think should be able to get it. The 3 stars, I mean. Gonna have to swirl a little bit more. Okay, I take back what I said. I think it's a bit hard because after this we still got the Abyss Mage. But every time we have our Sucrose Burst, it definitely helps. Okay, so the Abyss Mage is actually out. This means that there's probably 2 of them, which is bad news for us. Pop XIANGLING's Burst. Wanna be taking down this guy's shield ASAP. Pop the Diona. Freeze this dude. Break his shield. Unfortunately, right, I think that we might not even get 2 stars because there's still 4 enemies left. It's gonna be a bit tough. Okay, now let's see whether it's possible, you know. Okay. Sucrose burst definitely gonna help. Okay, we are going. It's gonna be close, guys. Maybe not so close. Yep, there goes our second star, but it's fine, right? It's fine. We should still be able to clear this with 1 star. I think we might have to invest in an Electro character because Electro is getting buffed. Like Electro damage is actually being buffed this floor, so might have to invest in a Fischl. And actually Fischl is not bad a character herself. You know, she synergizes with XIANGLING pretty well because of the overload, right? We want to be doing overload with those two together. But it's okay. No rush once again. Let's just see how. Fingers crossed we might be able to get our stars this floor because, you know, freeze teams are generally good on the defensive side. Because freeze teams are generally good at, you know, freezing the enemies. And I even got an achievement for that. Like when you freeze the enemies, right, then they can't attack the monolith. But it's not the best way to ramp up your damage per se, so that's why normally, right, in the early game you probably won't want freeze team, but this is where it shines, you know. It shines when you have to defend the monolith. Let's see if we can maximize the amount of stars we can get from this floor. I think we should be good. %86. Oh, 83. Wait, why is it going down? Okay, this bunch of guys. Dang, I was about to say we are doing well. Okay, come, attack me. Wait, what? How am I getting into all these bubbles? This guy is pretty sneaky, yeah. Oh, really hate this mage. He's actually gonna sabotage our stars, man. 62%. Wow, we are really cutting this close. Nope. Okay, we just lost another star because I think the melee Hilicho actually beat our tower once, so we lost that bit of health, and that cost us. I think wait, is there any like big Hilichos after this? I'm not sure. Yep, there is. Okay, I was not prepared for this, but it's fine. We have to lure this guy away because he does massive AoE, right? So we don't want to be part of the. We don't want the monolith to be part of the AoE. So right, pop Kaya. Gonna need the XIANGLING. Try and swirl them. Okay, actually, you know what? I figured since we already lost the 1 star, and also because there's no rush for this, right? Let's try and maximize the odds of us, because we are going to need to get we got what, 1 star on the first chamber, right? We're gonna need to dig out some more stars somehow. So let's try and save all our bursts for maximum chance of us getting our 3rd star in the last chamber. We're gonna need to dig out that 3 star from the last chamber. And from my experience with the Abyss, right, usually the 3rd chamber is easier. And also because we can take the chamber buffs. So, call me optimistic, but I think we can get 3 stars here. Defeat 7 opponents. Okay, we definitely have a chance here. This team should be able to handle this bunch of guys. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Actually ran out of stamina there. That's why I was like being stunned. Melt. Okay. Left these last 2 mages. Wow, this is gonna be tough. But let's see if we can sandwich ourselves in the middle and perma freeze them. Nice and frosty. Make sure they are. Okay. Super annoying that the effect that they have there. Where they pop the bubbles and stuff. Okay. Crowd control them. Freeze them hopefully. Yup, freeze them. Crowd control them. Hopefully XIANGLING can get a burst. Kaya's burst. Melt. Okay. Doing well, guys. Doing well. Alright. And we are actually getting our 6 stars for floor 4. Okay, that's amazing. I don't know if you can get the stars for the next floor. We'll have to see what the next floor is. Alright guys, so I decided not to do floor 5 because there's 2 teams involved. But you know, I would say that it's quite a good accomplishment for us, you know, 1 floor per episode. I think that's actually pretty good of a benchmark for us. And also today, right, we got to AR30. So AR30 World Level 3 means that we are on our way to unlocking all the domains. So I think between episode 3 and episode 4, I'm going to unlock Dragon Spine. I'm going to do all the quests and hopefully uh this Dragon Spine quest and stuff. And hopefully right I'm able to get to maybe at least like, I wouldn't say we can get to AR35, that's a little bit optimistic, but maybe 32 at least, so that we can unlock some of the story quests. I'm really excited to do the story quests. So yeah. Also right, when we get to AR30, right, that's when we unlock most of these events, right? So actually this event for the flowers and stuff, we are actually going to be able to unlock this after we do finish this. So actually I have this unlocked already, but you know I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to, you know, a teapot to call home, right? It's I think it will spoil some of the story of LIYUE for you guys, so I'm not going to do that. If you haven't done it, right, I urge you to do it ASAP. So I should be just clearing the Pyro Whopper flower, because I'm actually trying to get my XIANGLING level. Let's just go ahead and do that. So the reason why we want to level up XIANGLING, right, is because Pyro, right, is actually a really good element, especially in the early game. I would say that Pyro, right, is the most offensive element, because all of his reactions are all damage based, right? We have Vaporize dealing the damage, then we have Melt also dealing the damage, and then we have Overload which multiplies the damage of the initial hit. So like it scales based off of level. Okay, maybe I should have brought a Barbara. Okay, wait, you know what? Let's just exit. We are going to need to bring a Barbara for this because we need to pop his eye. And also Xiangling is probably not so good against this guy. Let's change our party a little bit. Get off combat first. Okay, no more Xiangling. Let's get our Barbara. Alright. Okay, so it's actually good that we already have 2 healers, right? Because we are going to need 2 teams for the Abyss. So as a good starting point, right, we want to have 1 healer per team. Until we are like advanced, then we can start reconsidering the idea of healers. But you know, we are not yet at that level, so let's take things slow. We're going to just use 1 healer for each team. So one of our teams, right, are actually going to have Diona as the healer, probably with Kaya, because you know she's cryo and we can get the cryo resonance as well as she can be our cryo battery. Cryo battery meaning that she generates energy for us while our Kaya is can focus more on dealing the damage. Okay, waiting for his eye to appear once again. It should appear at the back this time, right? Ouch, okay, that was bad. Took some nasty damage right there. Get some healing hopefully. Okay, yep, some healing. Okay, I think his eye is about to appear. Yep, his eye is there. Go ahead and pop all the bursts. Full out on the healing. Swap back to Kaya, you know, because we have the buff. Trailing Tales of Dragon Slayer's buff. Alright. This guy is much easier than the cryo one, right? Because again we have to see the element of our damage dealer. Damage dealer in this case is actually Kaya. Right. Okay lah. I think we can call this it for the episode. Let me see if I can get any. Is my PT up for any of the wishes? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I actually went to do a bunch of wishing off camera. I got myself another Ember. And I told you guys on episode 1, right? I'm not going to level Ember, so that's pretty L for us. Let's actually open up our artifacts and see what we got. Berserker's Rose, okay. Wait, did I miss out? Oh yeah. In the 3-star artifacts. Anything we can use here? Nope. Right. So actually I want to go through with you guys one last thing before I end this episode, which is this book over here. So we are going to go ahead and enhance 3 weapons to level 40 just to get to the next chapter. So like this book, right, is really good for us, especially in the early game, right? Because it kind of guides you along, like it's like a checklist for you to follow. Like when you are, you know, going through the game as you increase your AR and stuff, you want to be checking whether you have met these like basic guidelines. So 3 weapons to level 40, meaning that they actually advise us, right, to have 3 of our weapons at least leveled up to level 40 so that we can, you know, deal some damage and remain competitive, especially because of the way the Spiral Abyss is shaping up to be. Now we need 2 teams from floor 5 onwards. So I missed this, like it was actually yesterday I should have gotten it because this is one of the weapons that I actually want to level up. But no worries, because I think, right, we are we might need to use Chongyun. So this Fervodia's Great Sword is actually good on him. He's going to be able to cast his burst pretty frequently. So this is definitely something that we'll be planning to upgrade, as well as the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, right? Because we want the HP for Barbara. So since we got the materials, right, let's just ascend this first. Okay, wait. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. So like what I said in the start of this episode, right? We don't want to be wasting our 3-star weapons because we never know when they might be useful for us. So go ahead and save some of this. Use some of this. Get a bit of refund. Okay, so now our Barbara's max HP should have went up significantly. Let me just go ahead and check. So now her max HP is actually 6.9k. That will give us some nice healing. So we are going to be able to rely on her more often. Okay, so we actually completed chapter 5. Bam. Alright. Done. Now is chapter 6, and the rewards are just going to get better and better, right? So, oh, we are actually more than halfway done with chapter 6. So let's just claim all these rewards. All these artifacts, wow, they're really good, man. Buy something at the souvenir shop. Okay, done. Clear 3 domains of blessing. Okay, artifact domains. Artifact domains, not so good, I would say. Send a weapon to phase 3. We are definitely going to do that next episode. Enhance artifacts to level 8. Once again, we're going to do that next episode. Okay, there's no rush to complete these chapters. This game, right, it's not about rushing the content and everything, right? It's about like holistically experiencing everything. So there's a good mix of like world exploration, combat, spiral abyss, story quests, etc. So you don't feel burnt out at all from you know if this game was just about like spiral abyss or just about like world exploration, it's gonna get very dry. So we want to like mix it up a little bit. So we don't want to be too obsessed with one thing. We don't want to be too obsessed with the spiral abyss, or we don't want to be too obsessed with this book at any point in time. So moving on ahead, definitely we are going to have a good mix. We are going to explore the world, get a bit of levels, unlock Dragon's Spine. I might show a little bit of Dragon's Spine on camera because the reason why I didn't the reason why I didn't want to unlock Dragon's Spine earlier, right, was because Dragon's Spine is actually a place that you need a pyro character. It's actually compulsory to have a pyro character due to some of the mechanics in there, which I will definitely show, I think, next episode. And in between this episode and the next, right, I'm going to collect all of the GACHAAA from LIYUE. So there's going to be 131 of them. It's going to take me a lot of hours to get there, but hopefully I can get it done. Okay, so that's it for this episode. So with this episode, we went through the world level up. We went through how to keep track of your progress, what to be looking out for when you with each world level increase, right? Because the monsters are getting harder, we are going to need to uh level up our characters to maintain competitive. We also covered leveling up talents, and we also covered team compositions to some degree. So right now we have a melt team with XIANGLING and Kaya. Also, we want to be avoiding the mistake where we level, where we burn the weapon into the thing and then we don't have a 3-star weapon, right? So yeah, I'm too used to playing my main account where like there's a bunch of like these 3-star weapons are generally stuff that I don't use anymore, and I'm using like most of the time I'm using like 4-star or even 5-star weapons. So it just didn't occur to me, but I hope you guys don't fall into the same trap as me. Hope you guys are more well informed. So with that, I'll end this episode here. Next episode will definitely be more exciting due to the new area of Dragon's Spine we'll be covering. And then maybe I might live stream some of my Joculai collection, but then it's gonna be a bit tedious because there's 131 of them. Yep. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, and thanks for watching.
Like, comment. subscribe.